Welcome everyone. Our prayer today will be given by this gentleman, Bill Moore, our pledge by our mosaic, and introduction of guests by Bobby Candy, our Bill.
So is this the point where we say, District Governor in the room, all rise? Yeah. Can we cheer? Yeah! So just a word on flags. We worked on flags last week. Every hole that we ever punched has got a flag on it. I don't know how many that is, but it's a whole bunch. Against the wall. So we're in good shape. The best shape we've ever been for 4th of July right now. So with that, would you join me in the spirit of prayer? Eternal God, we give you thanks for the beauty of this day, for the blessing of this day, to be this club in this community at this time. We ask your spirit to be upon us, to bless the work of this club, to bless this food and take it to the nourishment of our bodies, but also to bless our new leadership, which this club installs on this day, to be with them through this year, to help them guide them, make good decisions, to be good stewards of the enormous responsibility entrusted into their care. We pray all of this in the name of the Christ. Amen.
Over there.
Distinguished guests, Mark Zeski is the city council member. He is here today with us. Mark. Roy Pryor is the assistant governor. District governor. And then let's explain three is in the group. One is Courtney Bautista. Courtney Bautista. And Christine is her son. And Mark Christine is her husband. So anybody else with us?
Thank you, Bobby. Okay, first of all, no meeting next week. No meeting, July 1st. In our July 8th meeting, our speaker will be Dr. Blair Stevenson, and many of you all remember Blair was a member of this club for many years, and is now academic dean at Amberton University, and he's going to be our guest speaker. And Blair was so involved with Rick Lindsay in our Rotary Classic race for many, many years. I want to ask him about that, but we're delighted that Blair will be with us. And Linda will announce this, but she will have a board meeting immediately after the meeting on July 8th. And as far as our flag program, the latest I got from Lindy, we've got 1,512 flags paid for, 681 pending, and for a total of $67,509. And I know there was the big kickoff for the Irving Olympics today. Rick, would you like to update us just a bit? You don't have to stand too near me, but you want to tell us about the flags and what we did for the Olympic project? Isn't that what?
Well, thank you, past president, Patty, Landers, Caperton. Yes, compliments to all you guys. Where did LeVar go? There you go. Great job on putting all the flags together. The Olympic flags that Bob Bourgeois bought, you guys did a great job. And so yesterday afternoon, I went to the bar, picked up new flags and the Olympic flags. And I had Ed and Dr. Pura all set up. They were going to meet me there this morning about 7 or 8. We were going to put them out. But I decided to go to the Levy Plaza and just try to get a vision of what it would look like. And that turned into a work period. So after a few hours, there are U.S. flags and the Olympic flags at Levy Plaza. And I have to tell you, they look amazing. So congratulations to the team that built those. And I think all the folks that were there this morning, I'm guessing there was 80 or 90 people there this morning for the kickoff, photo session, proclamation by Kyle Taylor, Mayor Pro Tem. And it was a good kickoff to what's going to happen tomorrow and Saturday, as we have young people do Olympic games all the way from archery to boxing to soccer to swimming. And the closing ceremony is come on, y'all. I've already announced this now for about a month. Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, come down to Toyota Music Factory, have breakfast, join in on the festivities. There will be Japanese drums. What are those special drums are they playing? They're gonna play the Army band out of Fort Hood, Texas will be there. Our own Jennifer Nickerson, who everybody knows. We know Jennifer, she's been singing the national anthem and Greenwood song, God Bless USA. It's going to be a fun event. The general Councilman Zapata really appreciated the support he got from Rotary and this Rotary Club and the district. We have that on all of these websites. So if you have a chance to come down there on Saturday, Ed and Dr. Carr are going to meet me there early. We're going to put out probably about 300 of the small U.S. flags around the plaza. So the work's not done. Dr. Carr and I are going to put flags out Friday evening around the plaza. So the work's still going on with Olympic flags. Thank you all for making them available and making them happen. Thank you all for supporting the Olympic Day. Was that the program?
Well, almost. Sincere thanks to Rick, Ed, Dr. Mora, and I know Mara Gas Club always has something to do, a lot to do with events such as this. So we thank her and any other announcements that anyone has? Well, today, okay, we are not, the rest of us are not, we know that flags will be out by Friday. Like anything else, flags will be out by Friday. We couldn't hear you. You were turned around. Sorry. Is that it? Basically, the flags will be out. Thanks to all the people. I know Dr. Lamar really drives us hard getting those flags put together, and great job. Well, it's my pleasure today to introduce our 5810 District Governor, Max Duplant. Now, most of us know Max as past president of this club. She also served as president of the Grove Texas Club. Well, I know her as a former colleague at the city of Irving, where she served as assistant city manager and CFO. She also held that position in the city of Beaumont and Groves. Max is a CPA and a member and leader in numerous professional and service organizations. Her record of volunteer and community service is extensive and impressive. Currently, she serves as treasurer of the Urban Schools Foundation and president of the advisory committee of the Church of the Incarnation. In her spare time, which is really pretty rare these days, Max enjoys spending time with her grandchildren, traveling, and competitive dancing. Please join me in welcoming our own district governor to be next Tuesday, Max Duplant.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here, and sorry. Very excited to be here. Thank you all for being here, because I know there's some other things going on in the city. It's one of those things where you have to choose. But one of the things that I really wanted was for my first official visit to be for our club, and with our club always canceling the first meeting in July, the only way that's going to happen was in June. So I'm not official yet, but I'm almost there. And so I'm very excited about it. I'm also appreciative of all the support I got. I'm supposed to call the first people I can installation, but I don't start because I didn't know. I was call first. So since this is my official visit, and I am your program today, I will be testing out my program that I will do. So I'm cheating over here with my own device, and it's stuck. Thank you. Yes, that's the next slide. And so we go through 2.5 years of training to become district governor. Howard's experiencing some of that right now. And whenever I was first elected, it's like, I'm not sure, 2.5 years, but I will tell you, it's 2.5 years of intense training. Now, usually I talk closer to this. So, thank you. Usually in all this training and some of the things that you go to, like international conferences ahead of time, you get to go to really cool places. So last year for my birthday, I was supposed to be in Hawaii for Rotary International. And then just this last week, I was supposed to be in Taiwan for Rotary International. None of those things happened. I got to sit at home in front of my computer for endless hours. So anything that usually takes a week, when you do it on Zoom, now takes a whole month. So I am zoomed out. International Assembly is one of the big training of all the incoming district governors worldwide. That was supposed to be in Orlando. It was in my kitchen again. So we'll move back a picture, a slide. Yes. So usually all the district governors get to take a picture with the international president. So that is my picture with the international president. So you take your computer and you kind of stand there and smile by yourself in your bedroom, and you snap it, and then they put the background there. And the trick was standing the right distance away. Am I going to try to look taller than somebody? Or is it going to be like, but anyway, that's the background on that picture. That is the International Assembly that I didn't go to personally. Why am I a Rotarian? I wanted to talk about that to all the clubs that I visit, because different people join for different reasons. I was first exposed to Rotary when I was in high school. Senior, I was selected as a student Rotarian, and this was in 1973. So women weren't allowed in Rotary, but we were invited to be student Rotarians. And whenever I went to that meeting and realized that all the movers and shakers of the community were there, and they were real people just like everybody else. I was used to seeing them on TV or one thing or another, or, you know, they were store owners, and to actually be able to sit at the table and interact with them really was fascinating to me, and it was, I'm going to do that one day. And so finally, I was able to become a member of Rotary Southeast Texas, and have enjoyed the journey ever since. And one of my little bragging points is the first club that I was president for. About 10 years later, my oldest son became president of that club too. So that's very special to me. DG tradition. One of the things I was going to talk about is district governors typically all have the same blazer, and the international president, Shaker Meda, gets to decide what that blazer is going to look like. Well, I went into my closet and I had literally dozens of blazers, and this is Texas when I'm making all my visits. The last thing I need is another blazer, so I found out you can use the same fabric with a dress date. So this is my official blazer and the official scarf for Rotary this year. So moving on. So the other things I'm going to talk about today with you is my Rotary story. I've somewhat already done that. I want to talk about the Rotary International President's Initiatives. I want to talk about district initiatives and goals. And then I want to talk a little bit about club focus and how we can all become better clubs. And then finally promote for the Rotary International Convention next year, which will be in person. So at International Assembly, Shaker Meda, who is from India and will become International President July 1st, announced his goal for his theme for the year. And it was serve to change lives. And this is a photo shot from when it was announced. And so he has the globe because of all the worldwide service projects we do. And you can see all the different colors in the globe. That's to recognize the diversity that we are seeking in Rotary in every way. And our need towards more diversity. You'll see more and more of that theme. He wants to inspire members to participate in projects that have a measurable and sustainable impact. Each club he has asked conduct a Rotary Day of Service. And so we are going to be doing a district-wide day of service that I'll talk about a little bit more in a minute. Shaker is full of quotes. I don't know where he gets all his quotes. Some of them I know he's quoting from others. But if he's quoting this one from somebody else, I missed it. But one of the things that he says is, service is the rent I pay for the space I occupy on Earth, and I want to be a good tenant of the Earth. And this just drives home to the basis of Rotary. And you know, we are a service organization. Maybe you joined for networking, but the networking may have gotten you in, but it's the service that oftentimes keep people active and interested in Rotary. Also, he is wanting to emphasize this year worldwide diversity, equity, and inclusion. He wants to focus efforts on empowering girls and ensuring their access to education, resources, services, and opportunities so that the future generation of women leaders will have the tools they need to succeed. We talk about this a lot, and in the US, we are bringing in more women into Rotary, but worldwide, a lot of times women face more challenges in being accepted. And so in his country, India in particular, he talks about some of the struggles there, and we've all heard the names of some of the things that happen in other countries. But we do want to expand our horizons in every way, including focusing on empowering. He works it as empowering girls, and I prefer to say empowering women, but we do want to help promote that as one of the causes this year. It's Rotary's belief that diversity, equity, and inclusion is critical in all that we do, and we need to treat this compass, belief as a compass in guiding all of our work. The other thing that Shaker wants to do this year is promote membership. And I will tell you, back when I was president of this club, I felt like setting membership as a goal was kind of the tail wagging the dog. And so I didn't set membership as a goal. I felt like if we brought good things, good activities, value for your membership, that the membership would happen, and that shouldn't be my goal. But what is actually happening is we haven't been doing a great job of telling our story. Rotary is doing so many fabulous things around the world, but we're not getting credit for it. Look at all that we've done with polio, in eradicating polio. And most of the time, when you see a reference to polio being almost eradicated, during COVID, I've heard a lot of those references. You hear about vaccines and the necessity of getting vaccines, but you don't hear how Rotary was such a driving force in making this happen. So we need to do more in public image so that membership will follow. And it is becoming important that we set membership as a goal, because we've got to pay attention to that. The challenge that he has set is membership has hovered at about 1.2 million for the last 20 years. And I use the word, and he used the word hovered, because it's been slightly over 1.2 million, and right now it's slightly under, and yeah, it's a CPA around that to 1.2 million. But we're losing members, and we're especially losing members in the US. So he has asked that we give a catalyst to increase membership to 1.3 million for a year from now. Get that growth. Again, as I said, he is the king of little sayings. So one of his sayings at International Assembly was, each one bring one. So if everybody in this room would bring one person as a guest and let them see what our club has to offer. And if that happens across all clubs. Yes, it's true, not everybody's going to become a member, but all those guests that we want, some of them will become a member, and some of them will have a part and really want to become a part of the project. So I encourage you, bring the guests at some point this year. And the other thing he said was, grow more to do more. And that is because as we increase our membership, then we have the ability to provide more service across the world to change lives. So that summarizes what the worldwide initiatives are by our Rotary International president. I wanted to also talk about what I'm setting as our district goals this year. And they are to increase district membership by at least one net member, to conduct a district-wide service project relating to human trafficking. So you heard those pieces that Shaker asked us for. He asked for a district-wide or club-wide day of service. We're looking at doing it district-wide, and he talked about there's a lot of cases of human trafficking, and I know we've had presentations here at this club on it, at district assembly, I included a presentation on it. First thing you have to do is start educating on the problem before we can start doing something about the problem. But we will have a project later on human trafficking, and I'll talk about that some more. Also, I want to begin implementation on a strategic action plan. We need to expand our reach, and we need to increase foundation giving by minimum of 5%. Those are my goals. So as we get into talking about that, let's talk about membership first. We're losing more members in the US than we're bringing in. And as a result, the global emphasis on Rotary is really shifting from the west to the east. Overall, our district is shrinking on the average 3% every year, and that is very much what you're seeing in most districts across the US. In fact, Rotary International is made up of directors, and they started working on this probably 4 years ago, certainly implemented a couple of years ago, but the number of representatives, the way you get a representative to the board of directors is based on your Rotary population. And so what has happened in the last few years is the US has fewer directors serving on that board, and Asia and some of the other countries are getting more directors. So we're losing. So it's important. And why is that happening? It's because business isn't done the way it's always been done in the past. We are able to interact with people without, even before COVID, we were using Zoom for so many other things. And so we're able to interact with each other in so many different ways. Employers do not support the time or the money in many cases for their employees to do an organization, service organization like Rotary from the business's funds or time. They may have one, if it's a large business, they may have one person that's kind of their marketing person that they'll support, but they won't support the numbers like they did in the past. And so we need to look at how we try to attract members. If we're looking to do service projects, perhaps we need to appeal to the service project instead of the luncheons, once a week luncheons. We're hearing from a lot of people, when you have a $20 fee to attend a luncheon every week, that becomes a strain on your budget because their employer's not paying for it. And so in a lot of cases, Rotary clubs are meeting every other week and perhaps doing a service project a couple of times a month to make up for that difference. And then the members being able to feel like they're getting something back. If those meetings happen at a location where they can be order on their own, they can control the budget, or if it's a happy hour, they can again control their budget. It's not a mandatory amount that they can. And so if we want to attract regular amount of members, might need to look at what appeals to them instead of how we've always been doing things. And I had a great meeting with our board this morning, and Linda's plans for this year are right into that, which is a great thing. I am going to start speeding things up because we still need to make temperature and I'm still talking. So moving on to the next slide, talk about a day of service. We want to have district-wide day of service. And I show all of these people in the background. Now, these are not people who've been part of human trafficking. It's just not interested. But this is a group of some of the other governors that we had sort of a reception virtually at International Assembly. And after Shaker announced that he wanted to have the Rotary Days of Service, we all got together and thought, wouldn't it be great if everybody in our entire zone, so you're talking essentially from Canada down to parts of Central America, all do a project on the same day. And we're encouraging it to have something to do with human trafficking, again, to empower the girls, and it's not just girls, it's boys too, that are often brought into work positions that they didn't volunteer for and they're not getting paid for. They may have to work in fields. There's different ways that this happens, but let's educate, let's do a project. And probably it'll be the second or third Saturday in January. We feel like if we do a similar project, do it all the same day, we might get better media coverage and help spread our message that way. And so I made reference to a strategic plan. Well, at the city, we were all about strategic planning, right, Abby? And so it had been some time since our district had looked at their strategic plan. And because Council of Legislation internationally had changed, we needed to look at it. And so it's just like, Chris, you did so much work on updating our bylaws here in this club because they had become obsolete a few years back. We needed to do the same thing with our initiatives at the district. And so I appointed a committee that was made up that was as diverse as I knew how to make it. Back in the spring, we had porch clubs, small clubs, medium clubs represented. We had racial minorities, we had men, we had women. We did everything we could to get, we had young members and more mature members. We did everything we could to get the voice of everybody in Rotary. And we came up with 4 initiatives, which I won't dive into deeply, but we have a strategic plan. And every month at Roundtable, when the district gathers together, we're going to be talking about the progress we've made. But basically, we want coordination between the clubs and the district. We don't want the clubs to feel like the district is this group out there that we're not a part of. We're the same group. We want to grow and diversify both our membership and our leadership. We want to enhance the engagement of our members through service projects. And finally, we want to build public image in the Rotary brand. So, talking about diversity, this top slide is from one of the training programs that I attended. And what you'll see is leadership has been predominantly men and predominantly retirees. And last year, 6% of the district governors were, only 6% were under the age of 60. I am not helping that statistic. I saw 60 a long time ago, it was 5 years ago, so I'm not helping that. And one of the things that I want to change in the district is to help make things more efficient, because it shouldn't take a retiree to move up in leadership. And if we want our young professionals to feel like Rotary has a place for them, we need to show them that there is a way for them to move up in leadership. The other picture that you see there is myself and Jennifer Jones cutting up at the last in-person zone meeting of Rotary. Jennifer is going to be the first female Rotary International president. She takes office next July 1st, and she will be Howard's international president. So we are all very happy with that. Jennifer is just a fun person to be around. So anyway, she was cutting up with me and we got on. Canada, just barely over the US border, but she's from Canada. There's also a rotation of which countries, how often the US. So it was going to be a long time. It was going to be a while before it came back to the US. So it's great that Canada was a foreign nation. She's been extremely active. I talked about membership. This slide illustrates for you how the percentage of clubs in Asia are growing compared to from 2015 to 2020. And you can see where Canada, the US, the others are shrinking. We brought in 2019, 2020, let me make that clear, 145,000 members, but 142,000 of them lost. So we're not growing. We need to not only bring in new members, but we need to keep them, and we need to keep our existing members. 18,000 members left that year before they even completed their first year. So it's important that we engage the new members so that they feel that there's a place for them. I also talked about increasing our foundation goal by 5%. This helps enable in the polio. We're down to only 2 countries, Afghanistan and Pakistan, and this year there's only been 1 case in each of those countries of polio. So we're almost there, but if we don't continue the vaccines, we're going to lose traction in those countries where we've gained so much in polio. Water and sanitation and hygiene is another one of the projects that we do worldwide, in particular clean water. When we contribute to foundation, it helps bring money back to our club in grants, because we always get one of the district grants, and how much we contribute to foundation as a club influences how much is available to us in grants. So that's just a few of the reasons why it's so important that we support foundation. Club focus. This club is already doing many of these things, but as a reminder, we need to look at our club, assess it. What are the needs? What are the things we need to do to make it a better club? And there's tools at Rotary's webpage, Rotary International's webpage, to help you do that. We need to engage our members, connect with prospective members. We've talked about that some already. Follow up on membership leads. Linda, you're going to be getting regular emails on who's indicated an interest in this area. Make new members feel welcome. If you see somebody here that you don't recognize, say hello to them and introduce yourself to them. I'm going to not continue down that list. Our club needs to get another presidential citation. And then I wanted to talk about Rotary International in Houston next year. So they're using a space theme, and their promo is this little brown bear called Orby. Well, I had an Orby, and then I learned that this cute little guy, my favorite astronaut, loved brown bears and was having a space-themed birthday. So this is my grandchild number 6. This is Loudon Duplant holding his Orby bear and very excited about the whole space program. So that's what I'm using to promote Rotary International in Houston next June 4th through 8th. My first international convention was in San Antonio nearly 20 years ago. You really get a feel for what Rotary is about, and you develop that closeness to Rotary in your heart. I encourage every one of you to go next year in Houston because it's so easy to get there. That is all I have. I would be glad to take any questions, but because we need to get Linda and some other officers sworn in, I will also offer to stay later and take questions at that point. So that's the end of my remarks. And with that said, could I get Linda to come forward as well as the other officers for this year? Shane, Lazaro, I think made it in. Tracy isn't here. David Harris is here. Zorro is twice. Val is here. Don Jensen, Dr. Carter, Ms. Dobson. Good list. Jordan. I think I've named everybody. Y'all will all come forward. And we're going to take care of Linda first. Mike, if you'll come up and stand with Linda as well, please. So, Linda, if you would please repeat after me. I, Linda, do solemnly swear. That I will faithfully execute the office of President, the Rotary Club of Irving, Las Colinas, and that I will, to the best of my ability, support. This is already in there. It's not my writing. Support the district governor and Rotary. And Rotary. I will uphold the Constitution of my laws of this club. And for the other officers, if you'll repeat after me, I state your name. Do solemnly pledge that I will fulfill the duties of my office at the Rotary Club of Las Colinas to the best of my ability, and that I will support President Linda and will abide by our club's constitution and my laws. So you all have been selected by the members of this club to guide it in its affairs during the coming year. You have been entrusted in an important responsibility to help shape our club's future. It is my pleasure to congratulate each of you on your new position. And Linda, I would like to you the banner for next year, so that you can replace the one there. And at this point, back to you, and in honor of your attending today and your district governor, we will make a motion to Rotary International Foundation. Thank you. I will say I'm very honored to have been elected to this position, and all of you believing in me and giving me the honor to represent you in these 12 months. I will definitely lean on you. I will definitely need your input and contributions so that as a team, we will do more than any of us can do as an individual. Thank you so much. Also, thanks to my family. I'm so blessed to have a partner that supports and helps me in any way he can. My son, Irving, and a very special role reporting. We're so blessed to have the ladies today. Our son, our daughter, unfortunately, couldn't be here. She's on vacation in Mexico. Kind of jealous. Enjoying some vacation time with my husband. Two boys that we cherish, our grandsons, Lincoln and Cole. But moving on, I thought, well, what did I share with you? I got just a few minutes. But many of you, I have the privilege of knowing or being acquainted with. And many of you are probably like, why is that way, President of our Rotary? So I thought I would just share some moments, some life events to try to help you to appreciate who I am and what I'm all about. So some of the key life events and most precious moments in my lifetime would be one, my parents. My parents were very good stewards, Christians, hard workers as farmers, and instilled in me the core values of being honest, giving more, and not expecting anything in return, and to always give more than anyone expects. So they always told me, Linda, if you'll work a little harder, if you'll give a little more, your future will be bright. You'll always enjoy many celebrations, opportunities, and success. And I can truly attribute that is the core value to what I have enjoyed with a blessed partner, children, grandchildren, and balance with the career. So that kind of starts me into, well, after my parents, what would be my second most fondest moment, memory? And that would be meeting my partner, my despair. 1986 was a tremendous year. Not only did I meet my lifetime partner, but I also was given the opportunity to own my own business with State Farm Insurance. I will tell you in the beginning, I was vice president of a bank, and so when agency manager's spouse just called me out of the blue, didn't know either one of them, and said, I think you should think about an opportunity. You may not be interested, but I'm going to share it with you. And if you are, you just need to make a telephone call to a guy I didn't know. Didn't take me long. It happened to be the day at the bank when all of the checking account statements were printed incorrectly. And I was in a room stacked with statements all around me, trying to figure out how we were going to correct the situation. I was in fact sitting at the computer trying to work up a program to recalculate the interest on, we call them super now accounts. And I had several team members I was going to delegate it to. And it didn't take me long to think, why not own my own business? Why not see what this career opportunity is all about? Well, I can tell you it's the best phone call I ever made. So it has been a wonderful experience. But back to Mike Spain, he will not brag on himself, but I'm going to brag on him a little bit. He's very diversified. He is an entrepreneur.
He has done different career paths that many would go, one might be enough. But he's been the head high school football coach. He has been the consultant for the state of Oklahoma. He has been the director for a hospital. He, most recently, before we moved to Irving, was a mortgage broker, not a mortgage broker, a financial broker for Wells Fargo Bank. He has been a mortgage broker too. But I think if you ask Mike what's his most fondest blessing, he would say children and grandchildren. He has been a tremendous father and now a grandfather to grandsons that love him dearly. So thank you, Mike, for all that you've done for the family and supporting Melinda's family. Moving on, I'd say the third most precious gift are our children and grandchildren. We're blessed with a son and daughter, Dane and Candace. And then we have most recently become very fond of a special girlfriend for me. But Candace and Morgan blessed us with 2 grandsons, and they live in Tyler, Texas. But I tell everyone, those grandchildren are the best gift ever. You just get to love them, spoil them, and send them home, right? But I've enjoyed many blessings. I was raised in Oklahoma, and moved to Plano, Texas when I was young. I attended primary school there. Then I moved back to Oklahoma my senior year in high school, and I attended Southeastern Oklahoma University, and then MBA from just around the corner, University of Dallas. I've enjoyed 35 years with State Farm Insurance, both as an agent in Oklahoma, then management, and at 27 years, I decided to retire from management. And as a part of management at retirement, you can ask for an agency, which I did. I was not ready to stay home and not be plugged in and help other people and have a purpose every day. So I'm continuing to enjoy that opportunity. But back to all of you, the next 12 months will be tremendous, and we'll have many celebrations if I gain input from all of you. As a leader, it's all about the team you're working with, and I consider each of you a team member. And with your background, your strengths, your passion about helping others, together, I believe we will make a large difference. So thank you everyone for attending. We're missing many, but the pandemic hopefully is starting to slide out into the rearview mirror, and we will see more members attending and, more importantly, guests. Thank you so much for this honor. I will always be exactly what you give me and help me to do. Thank you. So in closing, just a few housekeeping dates, and Patty, thank you for facilitating the meeting today. I appreciate you. Thank you, Max, for graciously attending and giving us an update with not only just this key area, but the entire Rotary International Club. Rick, thank you so much. I'd have to say, Rick's the reason I'm standing up here. You just encouraged me to just take the secretary position and then president-elect, and here we are. So if I don't accomplish everything you expect, blame it on Rick. Just kidding, just kidding. Oh, awesome. Okay, so before we do the four-way test and closing, just a reminder, there will not be a Rotary Club meeting next week on the 1st, and then the following Thursday, July the 8th, We will have a meeting and a board meeting will follow. So any questions, concerns, or anything I've missed? Okay. Okay, we're ready for the four-way test, and Buddy, thank you for the reading.
Yes, sir.